I don't know that we are communicating as well as we could. Just the asking question is important. I don't mean yes, no type stuff, open-ended questions that forces the person to talk. How do we find out what people like, what they don't like, what they want, what they need, unless we can have a dialogue? Dialogue's a Greek word, or I think it's Greek, flow of meaning.
Hmm.
A monologue's, I'm not Johnny Carson, that's for damn sure. But as a teacher, one of the things I've been teaching a long time, and with technology today, I can put a quiz out every 7 to 12 minutes. One question, and I know whether people are with me or not. And the real trick as a teacher is to make sure I transfer that information to the audience. I use what's called Socratic teaching, meaning I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Hmm.
I help them develop a pattern or a skill set that allows them to learn without me. And that's like, teaching the fish they can eat for the rest of their life. Give them a fish, they got a meal. But I think everything you're talking about makes wonderful sense. I love the 15-minute break because such a thing is needed. And it'll be interesting from my audience. We cover somewhere, depending on how we get across on social media, somewhere between 10 and 20,000 people will see this. And it's interesting, or have access to it. It's interesting.
The thing, what real quick that I heard you say, when you said, Socratic method, it reminded me of a quote that I love from Plato. And it's, you can learn more about a person in an hour of play than you can in a lifetime of, I think, conversation. I'm butchering the quote, but um, that is like a very big component. You just mentioned like listening, or earlier in the conversation, you also mentioned about like being scared to fail. And I think that all of those things are really intertwined. And that's where, outside of these laugh breaks that we're talking about, the other thing that people love doing with us and working with us that's way more educational is this thing called laughing and development. And it's the ability, it's using applied improv games and exercises to play with one another and have fun with one another. But to your point, learning how to communicate effectively, how to actively listen is like the whole goal of good play and good banter and going back and forth. And that unlocks the ability to learn about people and open-ended questions and really being curious. And then when you do that and it works, you are a lot less scared to fail or ask that question or go out on a limb, because it's coming from a place of interest and curiosity, and it's a muscle that you have. So even your body is like, this is very organic and natural to me. And I think it's a muscle that gets atrophied over time, especially with, say, AI, where everyone's just doing, very much convergent thinking and really being like, what is the answer to this? Yes or no? And as humans, we're divergent thinkers. It's what makes us so special. And that's another thing that we've seen with our applied improv workshops in laughing and development is divergent thinking is how you break through and brainstorm and innovate and come up with cool ideas and think outside of yourself and come up with 10 bad ideas so that one good idea can emerge from it all. And I think that's from listening, communication, and all the things that you were saying as well.